Hello you salty gamers, it's the Scottish Salty Gamer here. Today I'm bringing you the first episode of my solo walkthrough, playthrough of Icarus, a survival build game. This is my character here, currently level 0, his name is Salty. I'm going to start a new prospect. The first prospect I'm going to start is Livewire terrain scan.
Welcome back. Lagos unit runs Icarus for the UDA, but most of this planet's still a blank on the map. The unit wants new drop zones, which means getting terrain scans, and they'll pay for the privilege. Just set up a radar at 3 locations and come back alive. You up for it?
Okay, so our mission is drop onto the planet, scan 3 locations, whilst checking, being careful for wildlife and the storms. Storms are deadly on Icarus. We need to level up, get a shelter, and be able to survive the day. So let's start. Okay, so this is your loadout before every mission. I've got an enviro suit that I've unlocked through the workshop, which will become more apparent throughout our missions, and we'll unlock more things that could be sitting in here once we craft them, because you get credits after each mission that you complete of a varying amount, and as we get to the harder missions, exotic matter will also be unlocked. It has one suit module. This won't be useful because we don't have any modules unlocked from the workshop. One oxygen slot, which you'll see in game. The dropship cargo you'll see on the way back up as well. That allows you to take tools and items from the workshop down and bring them back. Anything that you craft on the planet has to stay there when you leave. So let's dive in. I'm going to set this to private just in case any of my friends see me on and try and join me, because I want this to be specifically solo. If you do enjoy my content, please feel free to send me a like, a comment, and possibly even subscribe.
Icarus ain't always gonna be so empty. The UDA wants exotics, and the Lagos unit's under pressure to scale operations up. Which means they need terrain data, and a heap of it. Fast. So grab the radar from the supply crate. The unit wants scans from 3 locations on your map. You'll be heading into uncharted territory, but that's exactly why we need the data. Think you can handle it? Well, either way, it's too late now. Good luck.
Right, so we're on the planet's surface now. As you can see, the map is quite extensive, but you don't travel the whole map on a single mission. I can't speak for the later in-game missions, but the missions I've played were basically down mainly this bottom right hand corner of the map. Our main water source is this area around here. If you change the map view, this one, these white to yellow lines is your gradient. So basically we'll have to go uphill in these sections, possibly. The crisscross lines on the map here is a no-go zone in terms of the mission parameters. We're only allowed by those that have sent us on the mission to discover things, squares around here that don't have the crisscross lines. Our first mission to survive on the planet is to level up. Currently level 0. This is my character screen. It has a lot of details and show more details. You don't really tend to go into this very often, at least I haven't during my other playthroughs. You've got your oxygen. We're always in our spacesuit because the air is toxic to us, as far as we're led to believe so far. We have a food slot, standard survival game side, if anybody's seen other survival games, such as Ark, Rust, Conan, and your water, which will slowly drain as you play. Other suits that you can unlock like this Enviro suit have square slots like this, next to your food and water, where you can drop a food item in, so it will constantly keep you fed, or a water item such as a canteen, and to keep you constantly hydrated. I've not figured out what the auxiliary slots used for yet. These slots here, head, arms, feet, legs and chest, is for armour that we can craft in-game. Got your typical hotbar down the bottom, 1 through 0, and your G slot, which can be remapped, which I have to Q, because Q used to be the standard drop button, but I kept dropping all my items by accidentally hitting the drop button. So I've remapped it, but it doesn't change the icon down the bottom right hand side there. We have your crafting menu, lets you know everything that you can craft. So currently I could only craft a pickaxe, stone axe, wood pile and stone pile. And then we've got our tech tree, which will go into more detail as each level comes. Same with our talent tree, primarily focusing on this. Solo tree, because we're going to be playing this playthrough solo. Map as already discussed, and accolades for completing specific feats during our playthrough. There is a slight bug in the game that's given us certain achievements, having not even done anything like that in the game, such as forest scanner, complete the forest scan mission, and it's telling me that I completed in January 1 and it's currently December. So to start off with, we pick up almost everything you see. Now, the default button to pick up is E and remap to F. Pick up sticks and stones, because that's the materials we need to craft the pick. And an axe. I need 6 stones and 7, just a couple of sticks to make pickaxe. I usually do the pickaxe first, because then getting stone is a lot easier. With the pickaxe, it automatically goes into your hotbar. Get easy stone. Okay, I have enough stone now to make an axe. Now that I have an axe, the easiest way I've found to level 1 and unlock the first new tools, apart from using pickaxes and axe, is to knock down trees or fell trees. Anytime I see berries, you want to pick them up. They're a good source of food and water in the early game. And you can get blocks. I'm just going to turn the sound effects down slightly. If you can't hear the game over me, or you can't hear me over the game, please let me know in the comments. So I got 300 XP for knocking a tree down. I get 110 XP, which is shown on the top left, for chopping the logs of the tree up, which then becomes wood, which I can pick up. Wood, like many games, is a source of fuel and a building material. You'll see on the right hand side it's showing me what I've gathered and how much. I currently picked up 8 fibre and I have 100 in my inventory. Pick up some more berries. I'm just a couple of 100 points short, so if I knock down one more tree I should then gain my first level. So the first night's always the most difficult, because you need to get a bedroll down to be able to sleep to change the time of day. It doesn't speed up the production of anything in your day, however it does change the light. So as it's currently on the top right hand side, you'll see it's almost 12 noon. So the first 3 points I get is stone knife, wood bow, stone arrow. I've found through some testing of my own, not extensive testing, but some testing, that bow and arrow is the easiest form of hunting, and skinning knife or stone knife allows us to skin the animals that we hunt, which will allow us to get meat, bones, leather and some fur, which is mainly what we need to get the bedroll up, which is sticks, leather, fur, fibre. Now we have plentiful sticks and fibre, but not so much fur. We go for the movement speed first, so we could outrun the pesky wolves when they appear. Because I've picked up a load of stuff already, I can make my crafting knife, which I like in slot 4, my bow, which goes to slot 3, as a deer runs past me, and make as many arrows as I can. Because our skills are quite low at the moment, we may not be able to kill things on one hit with the bow. We might get lucky and get a critical headshot, but we might miss, or we might hit its body and it will run off. You can track it down with its blood, but you might as well just look for something else. You see there that our food and water is already going down. Right click on the berries, consume stack. My food's all the way up, my water's went up more. The tutorial will tell you that the water is clean and our soup will filter out the particles, but you do tend to get dysentery from drinking the water, both if it's running from a waterfall or if it's a standing water. I stealth by using my crouch button, which is my mouse button, and I managed to get a lucky shot on this deer. Now hopefully the deer will give us some fur. It's not guaranteed that the fur will drop on each time, but we've got 4 fur, our arrow back, some bone, some leather. We could leave the carcass here and it would attract predators such as wolves. We don't want to tempt fate at this stage, so we'll just harvest up the remaining bone. We've got another deer here. Coming to take a drink. I got a headshot, but now a wolf's coming. Best way to take out a wolf is with your stone knife. In this game you can carry the smaller creatures that you kill, so long as you don't have anything in the end slot, your bag slot. We've got another 4 fur, some leather and bone. that? Turbo no stealth on. Let the crazy animals slow down. Get stealth so they don't know I'm here now. They're not aware that an arrow's coming their way. So, small boat, a chamois. Probably not pronouncing this right. It's taking a drink. It's its last drink. See a wolf over in the distance. Wolves are a good source of XP in the early games and mid to late game, and a good source of fur. So let's get this one. A couple more fur. We're getting really happy with the fur production this time. Yes, there are babies in this, and you can kill them. Some games don't allow you to kill the babies, but in this game you can. You get less resources from them, but there is an achievement to killing them. Just get this wolf and hopefully get some fur. Some more fur, only 6 to go. But my stone knife is broken. Now most games require a lot of resources to repair an item. On this it's 1 regardless if it's 1% damaged or 100% damaged. You right click the item, if it's not crafted in a bench, you could repair it as you go. Next unlocks on the tech tree is the campfire and the bedroll, because we'll need that to go to night time, and always a good thing because I always get injured. Basic bandage, and that leaves it there. Now this blue rock is oxide. This is how we get our oxygen. We'll be wasting the fight as we get advance to our tech tree. At this stage, the best way is to mine as much as you can. Initially consume the stack to get the full bar, and then click and drag the oxide into the square. And that way, as we're exploring, hunting, we'll get a slow trickle of oxygen until the oxide runs out itself. Up to 50 in a stack. This is silica. We don't quite need that yet, so there's no point in harvesting it. We need more water, so I'll consume a stack of berries to bring my water slightly up. Now we need to find another creature to be at the mercy of our boat. There's a small boat over there. 2 small boat. Drop the first. Missed the second. Drop the second. Hopefully they will give us enough fur to be able to change. So no fur this time. You don't have to harvest the bone with a pick, you can hit it with any item. I just found that picks are the best to get bone. I may be wrong, correct me in the comments. Another 2 fur. bring this into the light so I can see what we're doing. Hopefully this wolf now will give us more fur to get the first bedroll on. And it has. We've got more than enough fur now to survive the night. Now to survive the night we also need a campfire and shelter. Now at this stage we can't make shelter. Shelter's not till we can if we learn thatch, but it's not very good. Because we're waiting till level 5 and pushing out for wood. Wood will be the best early game building material we could have to around level 15, and we can transfer it into stone. It's not that sturdy. If we get strong winds, our house starts blowing away. We've got a talent point. After I get the 5% movement speed, I go straight for Tiss's Scratch, which reduces our damage from animals, which is extremely helpful when facing off against wolves and the dreaded bears. Now we can craft the bedroll, get that ready to go, and I'll craft a couple of bandages just to be on the safe side. Now that we have that, I'll pick up some fibre as I go. We're almost level 3. We need to be level 5 to get to the next level. Sorry, not next level. To be able to craft a shelter. Mine some oxide. And some stone because you see down the bottom on our floor, tools are about to break. Everything uses stamina. You could spec into the talents to reduce your stamina usage whilst doing certain activities, or increase your stamina overall. So we've gained another level. We'll get the second point to get the physical resistance up, and then we'll unlock more than the tech tree. Now we're ignoring thatch. We've got our campfire and our bedroll. I don't rate the spears, I'm not very good with them. They could be good for some people, but I'm absolutely pathetic with them. We could really do with a repair hammer for our base, but we could leave that at the moment. So what I will go for is armour. So we'll go for the chest piece, the legs, and the helmet. Next level we'll get the cloth arms, cloth feet, and the wood repair, because we don't have anything else to really get. Or the torch. Because we've got our bedroll up, we shouldn't need to worry about the torch so long as we keep the shelter. Get more stone, repair the tools, especially the knife. I'll craft another knife just to make sure that we've got enough. Just in case one breaks when a wolf comes. Make our first chest piece, and it automatically goes here. Now the bonus for this gives us some physical, some cold, some heat resistance, some exposure which is the storm resistance, and more movement speed with the full set on. We can hunt these fish. I can also kill the baby deer. Really putting out its misery, or we stayed all game running into the cliff edge. So as you see on the top left there, just below the XP above the mission, leather gatherer. I've skinned enough up to 100 leather or more. Now I'm just swimming here. Now I need to watch because there are little blue fish that if they bite you enough can poison you. This poor bunny rabbit's going for a swim, it doesn't know I'm here. I now have a bunny to skin. Now what I'm looking for under the water is something called a sponge. The sponge will allow me to gather water into it and then use it at a later time. Now I just threw my stone knife at the fish to kill it, but I also lost my stone knife, so I need to craft a new one. Your oxygen does go down under the water. There's not much use to going under the water unless you know of an underwater cave, which I've yet to discover. But also you can come in here and fish now. They might have changed this, but fish give you a good buff to your stamina. It's usually easier just to shoot them, as I feel. Pick them up. Pick the arrow up if you can. That blue fish is the one that poisons you. This is what I was on about. It's a sponge, so I'll harvest that. Now I'm unsure if it fills up in water with just being in your inventory, but we have it there. Got that blue fish so it doesn't poison. Now the poison shouldn't kill you straight away. It's a small amount of damage per second, as opposed to the cave creatures, which is a lot of poison damage and it multiplies quite fast. Now I want about a 20 stack to get 110 XP for killing a fish. It's not a lot, but the food benefit of it is invaluable, unless of course they've changed it in the recent patch. Right, we've got at least 20 fish. Actually got more than 20, which is okay. Each fish is some XP. Okay. Time to harvest some stone, get more arrows, and head up to the cave close by for shelter before it's dark. Okay, craft some more arrows, and then also 5 iron sticks as we go. Now I didn't make quite as much arrows as I thought I would there, so I was lacking fibre, but that's okay. We'll need that spare stone to make our campfire. By the time we get up there, we'll be able to go straight to sleep and start the next day. It doesn't look like the sponge gives you water just by swimming, not like other games like Ark that gives you water when it rains. You actually have to drink or eat certain foods like watermelon to get that benefit. Now what I actually need to pick up is some carrots, because they give you projectile damage, which will make killing the bigger health, the higher health deer a lot easier. But that they only give the projectile damage once you cook them. The pumpkins give you some good buffs as well. Of course the berries. So to begin with, unless you unlock a perk, you only get 3 food slots, which gives you 3 food buffs. 3 food buffs on your character for around 600 seconds, which can be invaluable to mean the difference between life and death, especially if you go up against the harder creatures such as bears. Until you get the better grade weapons to take the bears out, polar bears, elephants and mammoths, a lot faster. But this mission, our biggest enemy are a couple of jaguar and a couple of bears and some wolf. I've done this mission a couple of times now, so I'm quite proficient in knowing where the objectives are and how to take them down. That does not mean that I won't die in the process, but if I get lucky enough, take the right perks, I should be able to do this mission with little effort. So the plan will be get to level 5, survive tonight, get to level 5, make a small stone hut to provide a bed for the night. And I missed. Provide a bed for tonight, and then I'll be able to then pick up the base, move it closer to the objective, make a respawn point so it's not so far away to go and pick up the objective if I or my stuff if I die. I got lucky there with that deer that it was a weird mechanic that it sticks to the rock. They can't seem to get up any of these cliff faces, so sometimes you'll find a small amount of animals trying to get up the cliff and failing miserably. Just a knife and bolt. Last thing you want is your tools breaking on you whilst you're trying to harvest, or more importantly, kill something like a wolf or a bear. That wouldn't go down well. So right now we're going to aim off just around L12. There's a cave. The cave has to be mined into. Just down here. The problem being though is that there's also cave worms in here which will spit poison at us. Our first storm, which is just minor winds, it could give us some damage, but we'll be in the cave, which will provide us enough shelter to get our campfire down, craft a few things, and make it to the next night. Sorry, next morning. I'm just a new YouTuber / streamer, so I will make mistakes. I will say the wrong thing, get tongue-tied, but they will not be edited out, at least at this stage. If you enjoy them for comedic value, then I'll leave them in going forward as well, if I can build support. So coming here, there's this rock face here. It looks just normal, but when you come up to it, you get a prompt to mine, just like the stones that you put on the land. Hit with a pick, it Can't quite get into this. Right, we're into the cave. So, first things first, as we go into the cave, it'll get extremely dark. The cave worms will appear. We've got poison but managed to take it out. We should be okay now. So, go to the crafting menu. Craft myself a campfire. Place the campfire down, as I can't see. Put some wood, light it, now I can see what's happening. Right. Bedroll down. Set the spawn point just in case. And start cooking up the meat. Consume some berries. Get our bars back up. Pumpkins. Craft some arrows, since we're quite low on the arrow front. And then we'll also craft our chest piece and our legs. Also put our carrots on. Eat a fish. Gave us the buff, so it still gives us the buff, which is quite good. So steamed fish gives us 75 health, 20 stamina regen, berries give us 50 stamina and less water consumption. We want to dip out the cave every so often just so we don't get a debuff, which I can't remember what it's called at the minute. Pneumonia, which absolutely wrecks your stats. So, to end today, just enter the bed with the campfire next to you, and because I'm the only player on, it changes into the next morning. We'll also wrap that up for this first episode, and I'll see you